What were you doing when you were 10 years old? What was life like for you? Now imagine that child behind bars, scared, alone, and wondering, what did I do wrong to deserve this? So I want to tell you a little story about a particular 10-year-old boy. He came from a loving family who wanted the best for him, the very best. And like most kids his age, he loved to play football after school, ride his bike, use his imagination and play with his Pokemon cards, even outside. He cherished the times with his friends because they were important to him. But some of his most favourite memories were with his family, travelling along the unsealed, corrugated dirt road to Lombardina, an Aboriginal community, a former Catholic mission along the northwest coast of Western Australia. Over time, he started getting into trouble more and more often, using alcohol and drugs, and not understanding his own mental health, the consequences his decisions he made, and also the barriers surrounding him to succeed in life. I am that child. I was given the chance to break the cycle. I am Ronald Bin Swani. I am a barred person from Lombardina community. I use my lived experience as a campaigner for Social Reinvestment WA, where we look to end the overrepresentation of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in our justice system. I am a co-author of an evidence-based blueprint known as a Blueprint for a Better Future, paving the way forward for a youth justice reform in Western Australia. It outlines variable alternatives and solutions so that we are able to reform our Western Australian youth justice system, so that we're able to eventually raise the age of minimum criminal responsibility. In Australia, we are arresting children as young as 10. These are primary school kids. These are children who haven't even hit puberty yet. They are being sentenced and locked away from everyone in their life. You can only finally vote till you're 18. You can only drive a car till you're 16. You can get your first job when you're 13. But when you're 10 years old, you can get stripped from your family and taken away, locked behind bars. Meanwhile, the United Nations recommend an absolute minimum age of criminal responsibility should be at least 14. Many countries have adopted this, and many have listened to expert advice and set the age even higher. Many of them use support services and rehabilitation approaches that even no child now belongs in prison. To truly understand this issue, you need to understand the perspective and profound complexities that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children face each and every day. Without understanding this, you would only absorb the biased views that non-Indigenous people get from the media and others within the communities. The Aboriginal children and Torres Strait Islander children bear the brunt of this. We are 13 times more likely to be imprisoned than a non-Indigenous person. Why? Because we were born in a system that was stacked against us. Poverty, trauma, and systemic racism. That is what we have inherited as a people. So we want to raise the age to help these young kids, and it should be for every young person, not just Indigenous children, but every single child deserves a place in community, not by themselves locked away. What's happening to these young children right now? Well, they're being repressed. They are some of the most disadvantaged children around. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children, we make up 6% of the population, yet at times we can make up 80% of youth detainees, and then half of those children are already with child protection services, already taken away, stripped from their family, home, and culture. And many of these children are already waiting for their court dates and haven't even been sentenced and just sitting away in a cell, just waiting. This isn't rehabilitation. This is further punishment, punitive, further criminalising the behaviour of these children in our institutions. This is harm, not justice for our children. We currently spend $500,000 a year for one child to go into a juvenile detention centre. $500,000. when we could be investing this into community programs that help these young kids, that teach them, feed them, and help them heal, and culturally sensitive so that they are able to be in community with people that will look out for their best interests and make sure that they are taken care of in the most possible way that to keep them in community and not taken away and be locked behind bars. By raising the age of criminal responsibility, we are able to let children be free, enjoy their time out in the sun, hang with family, and be actually mentored by crucial people part of them, because that's what matters and that's how we will help people in the community. Many of these children do not understand the consequences and choices that they create and make. And by criminalizing them for the things they do, it will affect them for the rest of their life because they will think that they are a criminal for the rest of their life. I was lucky. I had mentorship and people who cared about me and wanted me to do the very best. If that wasn't possible for me, I may be away, locked up right now, today. Raising the age isn't just a law adjustment. It's a moral imperative. We need to shift from punishment to prevention, from detention to rehabilitation. We need to be funding the community support programs, family support, mental health services. We need to raise the age of minimum criminal responsibility from 10 to 14. Because it isn't just about locking kids up. It's about letting each and every single child know that they deserve a place in their community. They deserve a place in this world, and you deserve a chance to thrive, grow, and become part of society. So we need to look at introducing investment into schools, not prisons, counsellors into communities, youth workers as first responders instead of police. These are different ways of working to create a better system in our community. Children should not be lucky to break the cycle. Each and every child should be given a chance to dream, thrive, and contribute to the community. I want you to remember this. 10-year-old Ronald, all he needed was somewhere to sleep, hot meal, and a place to stay. This isn't just about justice. It's about changing the story of all these young people's lives that have been through the system. And if we're not doing that, how are we going to improve community safety? So imagine, instead of punitive, we choose rehabilitation. Instead of locking up kids, we chose lifting them up. That's an Australia I'm fighting for, and that's an Australia I hope you're fighting with me too. Thank you.